Hey guys. Yay, we didn't get O2 this week. We actually had a fairly tough week, just like statistically. But we won 1-1, which isn't that great. It's okay, but at least we didn't go O2, which a lot of people thought we were going to, especially since we had some tough or some easier weeks before and then we didn't do so well. But hopefully we do well this week. If we go 2-0, it's gonna really show that we don't suck that much. I think it's really good if we don't suck that much because that will hopefully mean that we can get higher than sixth place, which is kind of bad. Um, yeah, we weren't doing so well. We did okay last week. Hopefully, do better this week. Play against Complexity and EG. Arguably, this should be an easier week considering that they're below us in the standings and the only teams below us in the standings. So it's our chance to go back to even, at least. Anyways, so there's that. And also on this week, we're playing on a new patch, 4.10. There were some changes. There was a lot of changes to bot lane. Only a few changes for supports. Mainly the big ones, the Mikhail's nerf. Basically, it makes it so that Mikhail's is just like 800 gold more expensive, and this gives you extra mana regen, which is completely useless because Chalice is one of the best mana regen items in the game, and then you're giving extra mana regen, and it's like, okay, thanks, right? Thanks for the completely useless 700 gold for 10% CDR. Essentially what it is, which kind of sucks, but it's actually a good thing. Makes a lot of the champions that weren't played as much, for example, Leona, makes her more viable, but I still don't think she's gonna be played that much. It's slight nerf to like Nami, and stuff like that. But the current supports like Braum, Thresh, Nami, and I think Sona are gonna be the big ones. Sona hasn't been played that much, but I think she's pretty good. She's good against Nami for sure, but she kind of loses out to the Thresh and the Braum, which kind of kill her really fast. So there's that. So that's kind of interesting, I guess. AD carries though, a lot of changes. I feel like the long range auto attack champions. I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's like because IE is buffed, sustain is not as viable to get early on. Makes AD carries that can have longer range and not get hit as much just do more because you don't have to buy sustain. And those that do need sustain are probably going to be the ones that get shafted, or unless they can buy Bloody Ring King. So yeah, I'm not too sure how that's gonna affect ADs. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be different ADs that are gonna be played, but I feel like it's gonna be based or it's gonna be mainly the auto attacking ones. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. This mixes it up for the AD carries. It kind of makes any sort of burst AD carry less viable since IE is the big item, not Bloodthirster, which was this heavy AD. Yeah. Also, there's been a lot of stuff about the new Summoner's Rift. I think it's a pretty awesome map. I've played it myself several times, and I've seen early renditions of it, and it looks cool. I like it. Looking forward to playing on it. Not that big of a change from the current map. It just makes it a lot more clear. I think that was one big thing that they're talking about, this clarity, which you can tell where you can flash over for walls. You can tell how much HP Dragon and Baron have, for example, and stuff like that. I think it's pretty neat. It shows that Riot is really making an effort to keep things up to date and just make things look cooler, especially if it's a little bit out of date. And that's always cool to see. So yeah, I don't think there's too much to talk about beyond that. They are thinking about adding drone timers though for the game, which is actually kind of interesting. There's a lot of discussion around that. I personally, I'm okay with it. It's not a big deal. I feel like timers like that, it's really helpful for solo queue, and it marginally helps out competitive play because people generally have their own timers, but it's easy to keep track of it. So, I mean, it'll only benefit teams, and it'll kind of hurt teams relatively, like for those that keep timers really well, compared to those that don't. Yeah, it's really the only difference. But I'm not uh too for against it. I think either way, it's just we're still gonna have to time our own stuff. I mean, there's still like summoners at the time, Dragon Baron. You don't do those, but there's still other stuff to do. So I think that's it. Thanks guys for watching, and see you guys next week. And hopefully we go 2-0. Yay!